I've done it too.
It's it records. There's everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Aloha. Yay.
Welcome. So everybody, I'm gonna unmute you all so everybody can say hello. It'll be a little loud here. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Oh my goodness, look at you all. How wonderful to see all you for all the faces and the names. Lovely, really, really.
Isn't that
welcome.
awesome? I love this. I love this. It's just a different way to connect with everybody. It's just a fun, personal way. So people are joining. I have you guys unmuted, but you can mute yourself if there's background noise or you don't want to be heard right at the moment. Actually, I'll mute you all.
Okay.
All right, and then I need to unmute Virginia so we can hear her. All right.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. Okay, good. So let's fix this a minute. Okay, good. All right, so we're good. So welcome, everybody. Glad to have you here on Zoom today with Virginia. And Virginia, thank you for joining. I know this was, you have jet lag, you've been traveling, visiting your mom. So I so appreciate you joining us today.
No worries, my dear. All good. All good.
Good. Yeah. All right, so it's been, what is it, 2 weeks since you offered your package with us? I think it's been 2 weeks.
Thereabouts, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring everybody together today to kind of talk about what's been coming up, what's been happening. I know we want to talk to Anna. Anna's here, so we want to go through that. And then you have a group process that you're going to take us through. We'll answer questions and do all that good stuff.
No worries, my dear, no worries. I've got actually 2 processes that I'd like to do.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. Yay. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So Anna is here. I'm going to unmute you, Anna.
Okay. Hi.
All right. There you are. And Anna, I just wanted, Virginia and I both wanted you on today just to talk about your experience with this offer with your dad, because it's been so profound. So I'm going to let you take the stage.
Okay. I'm not sure if you guys see me. I don't see.
We do, my dear. We do.
Oh, you do? Okay. Because I only see like, okay, just says 10 people entered the waiting room. That's all I see. But okay, well, as long as you can see me, that's fine. Okay. So I did want to come on today to do a testimonial for Virginia, and not just for the brain package, but for her as a healer and integrity healer as well. And she's very compassionate and very involved in her healings and making sure that everybody is comfortable going through the processes that we go through and the detox symptoms, which was a huge relief for me when I was doing this with my dad. So I'll start with my dad, since we are talking about the brain package. And he was diagnosed with Lewy dementia. Last year, actually, will be a year this month. And at that time, I was doing Virginia's thyroid package. And so I was treating mostly his post-traumatic stress at that time. And Virginia was a help getting me through that as well. And the dementia, they gave him medicine at the time. It was okay, but it was through Virginia's help that I'm convinced that really helped him come back. The doctors were saying that he would only get worse, that with each episode, psychotic episode, that he would get worse. And actually, in fact, it wasn't the case. And when he came out of the first episode, that was like really bad at the hospital. Later on, through the healings with Virginia, he come back to me and he says, I was in the hospital. And he says, I remember things. And he was telling me the things that he'd remember. And as he was progressively going through his healings, and, you know, like his detoxes and all that stuff, he would remember the times when he didn't remember, which was very, very strange. And the doctors looked at me and thought I was dumbfounded or crazy or something. But we went through a long stretch that he was doing okay. And then he went into a severe relapse just before Christmas. And Virginia had done a session on him, and the doctors were just, saying that he was, just almost like a lost cause. And I says, no, it's not a lost cause. It's just, he's going to come out of this. I says, I know him and he's going to do okay. I needed the help to get him through this process. And they wanted to give him they did give him psychotic pills. And when I read up on it, I read that that was dangerous for him in his case, and that lots of the times that it caused early death. So right away, as soon as I saw that, I called the doctor. I says, take him off that medication. And I have contacted Virginia, and she says, no, she's getting, the feeling that that's not good for him. So I knew that because he was getting better. And then when I left for work, he was fine. When I come back after work, because I had the home care worker with him at the hospital, when I come back from work, he was different. And I says, what's going on? And when he got his night pills, I saw the pill and I says, what's that? And she says, well, the Seroquel. And I says, no. I says, he's not supposed to get that. I said, he was doing fine, he doesn't need that. And I said, I'm staying at nighttime. I'm here. I says, he doesn't need that. And so they took it away. And then I realized, okay. And he says, well, he got it this morning. And I says, okay, that's what happened. That was what happened, that he had degressed again. And so I had them take that medicine off. And when I spoke to the doctor the next day, and I says, I want that just taken away. And she was a little bit, not really nice to me, but in a sense.
They don't like it, do they?
No, telling me to mind my own business. And she says when the families get involved in the medication and all that stuff, she makes it harder for them. And I says, yes, I understand that. But I says, you have to realize I had another doctor and you're another doctor that came here, and I was working. I didn't have time to talk to you. And I says, I'm very concerned about my father. I says, I know how this works, and I'd appreciate it if we can just take that off, and we'll see. Give me 2 days. And she says, because she just wanted to put him in a nursing home and just, forget him. And I said, no. I says, he's going to come out of it. I says, I know. But, I couldn't speak to her about the energy stuff because she would have just looked at me crazy. And but I did speak to a nurse, and the nurse, she was all for it, and she understood. And she says, I can see the work that you have done with your father, and, how you take care of him. And she says, I don't usually see this, families having the time to, and the courage to take care of somebody like this, because she says, my hat's off to you, because it's not easy. And I says, no, it's not easy, but I says, for me, it's a day-to-day thing. And I says, I love my father, and I says, I do anything I can for him.
And how's he now, darling? How's your dad now?
Yeah, and within 2 days, we were home, and my dad is awesome. He did have a little bit of a pneumonia this week, a little bit of a cold, because I was sick, and he got sick, but he had a start of a pneumonia. But he's doing good. He's resting, and his mind is amazing. It's just incredible the way he can remember, and he's more empathetic, even towards me. Like when I was sick, and he says, "Oh no, take care of yourself. Sleep, honey. I'm fine," and everything like that. Because before, if I would leave him alone in his room for any amount of time, he would go into his psychotic, post-traumatic thing, talking about the war and and all that stuff, hallucinating, and he would get aggressive. At nighttime, he used to sleepwalk, and he would be up all night sleepwalking, and he had the incontinence, as we know, and where he would just get up and he would just pee anywhere. Like he couldn't make it to the toilet, or he'd be afraid of the toilet and stuff like that, and he'd be just in his own little world. So I was forever cleaning him up and everything like that. So every 10 minutes I was up with him, and that all stopped after the sessions with Virginia. The first session, he had already improved immensely with that, and the incontinence, that's no more. That's not an issue anymore. He gets up on his own to go to the bathroom, and he's living a more quality life. He's happy. He comes home. When I come home from work, I always spend the evenings with him, so we play cards and that. And during the day, I have a home care worker with him. And
Anna, that's really fantastic.
But he's having a quality of life that he didn't have before, and he speaks normally. He's not in this confused, delusional state anymore. He's he's more normal, and he'll talk to me like normal conversations. And
especially when you're talking about dementia, we all know that they lose their thoughts and their thinking.
Yeah, that's right. He would be all over the place before, and he wouldn't know. Sometimes he'll forget his age. He is 88 years old. But that's normal. But then, he'll come up with it, but he'll say things really nice. Like even just last night, we're playing cards, and he says, well, what would be nice? He says, a nice cup of coffee. He said. And I says, well, no problem, Dad. I says, I'll go make you a coffee. And that's something something that he wouldn't have mentioned before, wouldn't have thought to ask. It's just something simple, but it's so, for me,
Profound for you, yeah.
yeah, it is to have him back, like have him normal, like saying, things that he likes, like what he wants to eat, what he wants to do, and if he wants to go shopping or if he wants to do this or that. And
Oh, Anna, that is really, really lovely news, darling. And I have to also say here, Gretchen, which is something that I've noticed, Anna, she's so dedicated to her father's well-being, and so dedicated to his every need and his every want. And she's just an extraordinary soul. Anna, thank you, darling. You've just been absolutely beautiful.
And just to finish up, what I'd like to say to people is that there is hope, and not to take life for granted. And if you feel you have a loved one that has starting signs of dementia or any kind of issue actually with your body, because a lot of it starts in the brain, like Virginia says, and we have no ideas what's going on up there, to really take the time and really look through the package. And if it resonates with you, I would say don't procrastinate, don't walk, run to get a session with Virginia, and just really go through the process and take your time. If you need a few sessions, but what's a few sessions to have your life back, to have the quality of life that we came here to have, like enjoy life instead of having it being a gloomy, dull, painful experience. Have a fun and joyful experience, and really enjoy your family and the experiences that we came here to have. And so that's it. Yeah. So.
Oh, Anna, thank you, my dear. You're just, as I say, you are a lovely soul anyway. And I noticed that from the very beginning when you came in on the thyroid package, and now seeing you and your dad through this whole process of the brain has really cemented for me just, how amazing you are. And thank you for everything, for you just being you.
Oh, yes, I'm just being me. I'm just being my own quirky me.
Thanks, Anna.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Amazing. Thanks, Anna.
All right. So Virginia, I'd like to hear from you, like what's coming up as you're working. I know you've worked with so many people in our community already, and then I'd like to read some stories as well, but I'd like to hear from you, your experience so far working with our members.
Gretchen, thank you for that. With the people that I'm already working with, it's just incredible to see the progress and the aha moments in people's lives. We don't realize that just how important the brain is. When you're dealing with the brain, this is such an crucial and important part of our physical matrix it is the most important organ in the universe, right? And that is not saying it lightly. Our brain is responsible for your learning, for your loving, for your creating, for your strategizing, and for your behavior. So all of these things that make us human is governed from the brain. And I'm quoting this from Daniel Amen. He's just an amazing man. Amen. Your brain is an integrated whole, a symphony of parts that work together to create and sustain a life. So you come in with this brain and you use the brain as you go through your life, and it sustains your life. And specific parts of the brain are designed to do certain things, but the functioning of the brain is really simple. And I just want to say this because when you embark on this journey of clearing the brain, expect that it is not a simple organ that requires a quick issue. So for many people, they've had decades of the brain accumulating and harboring issues that don't really manifest until you're 40 plus, I'd say probably 50 plus. So just be aware of that. And as a consequence, it could take 3 to 4 sessions to be fully cleared and to have your healthy brain back. So just want to say that many, many issues come up, Gretchen. A lot of them has to do with, one of the most important things is too, the brain is like butter, all right? It's soft and it's malleable. And the cranium is very, very hard, and it has to be because it is cocooning and cushioning the brain within it. Now, you imagine if you fell down as a child, your brain is still forming, and you fell down and you hit your brain on a step, or you fell off your swing, or any of those things. Your brain is naturally going to be affected by this. When we have accidents as we're going through life, a car accident, we have whiplash. So what happens is the brain goes quick, as you whiplash. So what happens is it can come either to the front of your forehead, it hits the front, or it hits the back, or if you have an accident, it hits the side, or either one of the sides. And as a consequence, it gets damaged. And when that damage occurs, this is when we start to have issues. And a lot of people that I'm dealing with do have damaged brains, and they are having issues with the cranial nerves. We don't understand what it is because we've never been told this. It's, as I said, it's one of those bastions where it's the reality of what's actually going on in the brain is only just starting to come to the fore. And so I can only say that, honestly, Gretchen, this has been one of the best programs I've ever launched and that I've ever come up. And I'm so thrilled because as much as I think I know about the brain, I still don't know. Yeah. And I'm still always learning, which is the process that we should be going through anyway. We should always be learning. But I love the brain, and every little thing that I find out about it when I go in, and the more depth that I find within the brain, the more that I'm excited by it, the more I'm stimulated by it, the more that I'm thrilled to be working in the brain.
That's awesome, and it I've learned so much just from the calls that you've been on with us, from what just how much of an impact and how much of such an important role it plays in so many things. So
we take it for granted, don't we?
We do. Like, it's just one of those things that it's so big that we don't even, it's hard to comprehend what it's capable of doing.
It is. It's true.
And one thing, Virginia, we started the transformational protocol with your group, with people that have purchased, and I've been following it, and the comments that I'm seeing, it's been an incredible journey for so many already, and it's 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks yet. Exactly. So I'm seeing a lot of things like people. First of all, I just want to acknowledge the detoxing, the amount of detoxing that people are feeling, and just how they're able to work through that then and feel much better. But it really is part of it because it's such a powerful organ that that needs cleaned up. And I think one of the things that you said last time that was so intriguing to me was just even from generations ago, right? Like, it's not just us in our body now, but it's what's passed down from generation to generation. I mean, it's intense.
Totally. And it goes back 7 generations is how far, it's sometimes even more so. And then a lot of the issues also can come from just being in vitro, right? So we have no idea. We think that this is all happening to us in the now, but it isn't. It's been happening over time. Yeah, not only through the ancestral issue, but also the past life issues as well that each of us, has as part of our karmic journey, as it were. So yeah, you're right.
That's just, it's incredible to me. So I just wanted to read a couple things from people that I'm seeing in the group. Just some general comments. One is I'm seeing a lot of more energy. So I've seen a couple comments about more energy with people that are working through this. I've seen some comments about clarity, like that brain fog lifting, which is, when that happens, it's like, I love that. And then also, like, a lot of people have purchased this package for their parents. So I'm seeing a lot of, moms that are more alert, more loving, more connected, which is just so powerful. We're all at that. So many of us are at that age where we're working through those things with our parents. So that's just it. Every time I read it, it's just like, it's just amazing to watch that unfold. So, and then, one comment that I loved was someone said, this is small, but a huge change. I was able to get out of the door for work today and remember everything I needed to take. Oh, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like that's, you know, like we don't realize how often we do that, you know, just leaving and forgetting small things like that. But then it's taking a toll on us and our energy level when it's happening, because we got to go back. We got to, you know, it takes time out of our day. So many things just happening with the people that are working through this.
Absolutely. You're totally right. And I just want to say that that Facebook site that you've put up there, Gretchen, so kindly done, everyone is able to access it. Those that have bought package A, B, and C. So, you know, take advantage of it, because it's there for you to be able to share and to exchange what's happening for you in your daily process as you go through these packages, because that's important. A lot of times those that buy package A, they don't get to go on, you know, and be able to engage. But, you know, it's there for you guys. Please come on board, because we get some lovely stories.
Yeah, thank you for that, because, you know, one thing that, and I just want to talk just a minute about why we put these together.
Yeah.
Because, you know, what does it take 21 days for a habit to form? So we wanted the 30 days just to kind of get in the habit of working through the package, because how many times have we all, myself included, bought a package and, you know, you run out the door, you know, working through it, listening, you know, for a couple days, and then, you know, you slowly start to forget about it, or, you know, you break that habit. So we really wanted to create that. So it's to help you stay committed and accountable to what you're working through, so that you can really feel and see the changes. So
totally, yeah. To get the actual, you've got to focus. It doesn't matter what you're doing. We've got to do the focusing to get the results that we're requiring. So if we don't focus, then we can't do it. And as you say, Gretchen, you know, we buy these packages and then we just maybe do a week of it, and then we allow it to falter, and then we go off and keep doing our usual, which is the default system of you know, fine, it lasted for a week and I don't want to keep on doing it because of whatever reasons. But honestly, this is so important. The brain is the most important part of who you are. So, you know, stay with it. Stay with the 30 days that Gretchen so kindly put up there and is working through, because it's important to each and every one. Because otherwise we lose the concentration, Gretchen, yes?
Yeah.
And when you lose your concentration, your energy gets scattered. And when you scatter your energies, you can't bring it back.
Yeah, totally. Yes, thank you. So I want to first of all just give the package URL, because it is it's up and it's still available through Sunday, but after that it will be going away. So if you are interested in purchasing and jumping on board, it's orderjoynow.com/Virginia19. Again, it's orderjoynow.com/Virginia19. So one question I see here from Marcy is, Virginia, does the package help with several traumatic brain injuries and brain functioning?
When you talk, there are two different perspectives here. One is about the damaged brain and one is about the brain functioning. Yes, it definitely does work with the brain functioning, and yes, it can help with the brain damage as well. Remember, the brain, this is going to take a time, all right? It's not going to be something that you can pull out of the box like that. It's going to have to take time to get the brain back to where it needs to, but definitely, I'm just going to ask my guys here. We already are working with brain damage, Marcy, okay? You heard Anna speak about her dad and the dementia. That's brain damage, okay? I've worked with people with Parkinson's. That's brain damage. So to answer your question, long story short, yes, darling, all right? But remember, it's not a quick fix. Again, like the focus, it needs to be looked at and focused on. Okay? Are there any other questions there, question?
So one thing, does it work with help clear night sweats?
Remember, night sweats is hormonal, isn't it?
Yep.
And the thyroid package helped a lot of people with night sweats. All right, so there's no reason why it can't be, because the process is the same. Remember, we're doing endocrine glands, and those particular endocrine glands that are involved are the pituitary and the hypothalamus. Okay, so yes.
Nice. Okay.
Enter your meeting ID.
Oops, I hear somebody's unmuted. Hold on. I hear myself echoing. There it is. All right, got it. So I'm not sure how to say this word. My spina gravis. Does it help with that?
Let me have a look here.
Yeah.
Perhaps the person can explain to you, can explain what that means. Okay,
Yeah,
what it is.
that means.
Yeah, perhaps they can write in the chat what it is. Yeah.
All right.
Because there are myriads of problems with the brain, and if they can explain what it is, then I'll have a better chance of answering that one. So sorry, question, go ahead.
Good. Does it help with insomnia?
I tried insomnia before, and now I know how I have a better understanding of insomnia. Remember, everything is about learning. Okay, guys, everything is evolving and always learning. I've had people say yes, it's helped with their insomnia, and I've had other people say no, it hasn't helped with insomnia. So if insomnia is your very important, and it is, we need sleep. Everybody needs sleep. The brain needs sleep, right? But if it is your overriding reason for getting the brain package, the way I'm looking at it is we go into that part of the brain, which is in the pineal and also the hypothalamus. As I said, I know now more than I knew before about that. So with insomnia, I'd love to experiment it with someone, by all means. Yeah, but also the package, remember, is helping you on so many other levels, not only with the insomnia.
Nice.
Okay? Thanks, Gretchen.
All right, and Angela's asking about endless mind chatter, especially at night when you're trying to sleep.
Again, you see that endless mind chatter is going to lead to insomnia, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So I can tell you the same thing. I would say that, yeah. Because there is a part in the brain, the deep limbic issue within the brain, where all this is coming from. It's also part of the PTSD and the anxiety and the panic attacks. All of that is in that part of the brain. So we go down deep inside and clear it. And I can only get the results from you guys when you tell me if your issue has been cleared. Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. Well, if you want to lead us through, I know you have some group processes for us.
I do. Just wanted to talk about the MP3s. Remember to play each MP3 one per day. All right. And you do this, if you can play it more than once a day, that would be really brilliant. But one a day, just focus on one a day. And then you do that. There are 13 MP3s altogether, and you play 12 of the MP3s, and then you play, you go to them twice. So that's 24 days of playing the MP3s. Now, the 13th MP3, which is the Gamma, or the whale song MP3, is 60 minutes long. And it also holds the energy of light quotient. And if any of you don't understand what that means, it means that it's bringing more light into your not only into your brain, but into your body. And it's the light, the more light that we hold, is the higher vibration we hold. And the higher vibration that you hold, the more your brain works well, the more your physical body works to its ultimate healthy place that it needs to. All right, so just keep that in mind. And that particular one, the Gamma MP3, you can play that at any time because it's real easy on the brain. Okay, it's real easy on the body, so it's beautiful. So you can just listen in silence with no thoughts. Even if you're a person that can't still your mind, just listen to that and just get the feeling and the essence of what it does for you. And you think about this, if you do that on a daily basis, how much will you have changed over that 24 days? Okay? Remember, focus on this. So I also wanted to say that tomorrow is the 10th of February, and it's the 90-day healing starts from there. So your name, those that have bought the package, your names will go up on a healing list for 90 days. So that starts tomorrow, and I'm really thrilled to be able to do that, start that process. And I also wanted to please say, please, as I spoke earlier on, don't forget to connect to that Facebook site that Gretchen has so kindly put up for us all. Okay, so now we'll go in and we'll do the brain process. I'm going to do one process, and this is to clear all the fog from all the brains for all those people that are listening live and listening to the replay. So just take a time now to settle quietly into your chair or wherever it is that you find yourself. And just be mindful of your surroundings. And if you can, be in a quiet place. Close your eyes. Brush your hands over the center of your chest. And just drop your attention. Drop your mind focus, drop your thoughts, drop your hearing, drop your speech, drop your action, drop everything down behind your hands. This is the place of your divine and beautiful heart center. I want you to take 3 deep breaths, and when you do, you take them in through your nose, and you breathe out long and slow through your mouth. Breathing in now, and breathe long and slow through your mouth. Dropping down behind your hands, going deeper and deeper as you breathe out. Breathing in now, deeply through your nose, dropping down deeper through your hands, breathing out slowly. Deep breath in, and drop down deeper behind your hands. Breathing out through your mouth, and dropping deeper and deeper into your beautiful heart center. Now we're going to connect to the triple heart, which is your divine heart, connected to the heart of source, of heart of God, and connected to our beloved Mother Earth's heart as well. And when we connect to this triple heart, we become more grounded. Your grounding core drops, and you become much more in your body. Connecting now to the triple heart. A beautiful golden shaft connects you to the heart of source, your own divine heart, and the heart of Mother Earth. That's right. Now just feel the warmth. Feel the love that you are surrounded by. Remember, this is unconditional love that you are wrapped and you are cocooned in. Now I want you to see and feel the golden shaft now expand all the way out until it engulfs you in your entire divine energy matrix. We are completely surrounded by this beautiful golden light, and we ask for complete cleansing, healing, purifying, balancing, and releasing of all that is not of love in each and every one of your own personal energy fields. All entities that are abounding, all other energies that are not of love, to be cleared from your beautiful divine energy matrix now. And we're going to ask now for all the fog in your brains at this time to be cleansed, healed, purified, released, and balanced. Oh, to be completely cleared out of your brain, the frontal lobe, the right and left hemispheres, the parietal and temporal, occiput, and the cerebellum. And we ask that this fog be replaced by the total golden energy from God's source and bring total clarity and alertness, and to release all indecision at this time or confusion. We ask too that if there's any depression among those that are listening, the depression is also lifted. And we give gratitude, love, and thanks for this process to my team, my beautiful heart team, and to all the teams of each of you that are listening to this call. So let it be written, so let it be done. And so it is. So big question, it would be really, really great if anyone can write in and see what they experienced through this group process, please.
I know for me, I feel much more grounded, and always, as always, what am I going to say, Virginia, when I work with you? I can see, like, everything is clear.
You know that song, I can see clearly now.
Right.
The fog is gone.
Right, when the fog lifts. Oh my. All right, so I have Joanna here, and she keeps saying, can I please talk? I need to talk about Virginia. So Joanna, I'm going to unmute you.
Thanks, Joanna.
Are you there, honey?
Yes, can you hear
There
me?
she is. Yes.
Hi, Virginia.
Hi.
I just want to tell you, I'm an actress, and I need you to completely defog my brain. That's why I got the process and the package. I got package C, and I wrote "I love you" already. Remember?
I did.
Anyway, what I want to say is, I had 2 auditions on Monday. I've been listening to your MP3s, a lot. And when we go to audition, we have a script with us, and I didn't look down once. I remembered everything. Wow. And I got the part.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, Joanna, that's lovely news, darling.
And I just want to tell you how amazing your work is. And I'm ecstatic for our one-on-one, and I'm just being such a great student. I have you on my phone, I have you on my computer, and I was going to ask you if it's possible to just do a little defogging, because I work on Monday. And we have our session, but just a little, like, something if we could do it.
Well, we just did it.
Oh, we just did it. Okay, so I'm fine. I'm fine, right?
You're defogged.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because when I scan through your brain now, it's lovely. It's cleared on. Okay. Yeah. It's clear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joanna, what I would recommend is on Sunday, before the replay goes down for this video, is to listen to that portion, that group process that Virginia just did.
Guess what? I recorded it.
Oh, perfect. Well, there you go. So
You're
Well done.
You're in love.
Oh, you're a honey.
Yeah, listen to it and keep us posted. What's the part?
I talk about it after, but it's a very good, actress silly thing, but it's a starring role on TV.
Awesome.
Well done.
You go. That's awesome.
Oh,
Well, talk to us after it's recorded and let us know where we can watch you.
I will.
All right. Cool.
thanks, Joanna. Thank you, darling. Thanks for coming on. Oh, Gretchen, isn't that good news?
That's super exciting. That's really exciting.
This is the beauty of this work. You don't know whose life it's going to affect. You don't know. There's all these different people in their own scenarios, and it's just magical to be able to have this ability to help people in their lives. Wow.
That's
So,
amazing. That's amazing.
especially, you know, like when I think about Anna's dad, you know, and the different things that helped him, and it helps Anna too, because she, you know, especially incontinence. Yeah, incontinence is not a physical thing; it's coming from the brain. The brain is not getting the message down to the body, and vice versa. People don't realize that. Then it becomes a physical thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
So
so thrilled for
powerful.
Anna. Thank you.
Yeah, that's so cool. So I am seeing some comments here. Janine says, I feel so clear and alert. Thank you, Virginia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jared is saying, thank you. This is just what I needed.
Oh,
Actually, that was Ellie. Naoko says, my brain to third chakra felt movement during group process. I was almost falling asleep, but woke up with that movement. Awesome. And Jamie, of course, is saying congrats on the job to Joanna. And she also sees clearer since purchasing and listening to your package.
beautiful.
that you know what, it gets me every time, that clarity. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's something that, you know, we can't, if your brain is clear all the time, you take it for granted. But it's not until you know full well that your brain is not clear, that's when you really realize how important that is for you. And I'm really thrilled for those people that are, you know, having that recognition that they are needing the brain package for the fogginess, and it does work. It really does, which is why I knew that a lot of people were needing it today, and I'm so thrilled to be able to do that. So, question: are there any other questions, Donald?
No, lots of people, of course, are asking for scans and asking for healing, and today we're really just diving deep into the package and going through these group processes. So just listen to the processes, and before we go into the next group process, I always ask you, Virginia, you know, to recommend packages. And you always say, you know, for people to tap in, that they know that they have an inner knowledge. So can you just talk about that before we dive into that?
Indeed, you know, because a lot of people are asking which package is good for me and what sort of, you know, results can I get from it. Remember, folks, that you already have this inner knowing. It's yours. This is all part of who you are. That's where I talk about intuiting something. It's your own intuition. When you start to work with what we just did, going into your heart center, you start to intuit more and more, so that it becomes a huge tool for you as you go forward in life. So, as I said before, when we go through the 24 days of using this package, then start to intuit, because if you're listening to the focusing on the package, on those MP3s, and you're doing that the whale song and the light quotient MP3, you'll find that by the time you get to the 26 days or 24 to 30 days, you will have changed. There's no two ways about it. You can't go past that. You will have changed, right? And I just want you to know that, because then you start to, by using the triple heart, your intuition will become more and more, because you're going into the heart. You're accessing your own divine intelligence from your heart. So basically, Gretchen, that's really what it's about. And I guess I'm subtly trying to train people to use their heart energy more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Not subtle now, you all know it. It's out there.
Yeah, totally. So Ari is saying, after the group process, her brain feels itchy. It's a very dull sensation. Have you ever heard of such, Virginia?
Never. Itchy inside?
Yeah, if you could explain, that would be good. While I'm waiting for her to type in, Valerie says, once we purchase package C and schedule a meeting, will we be able to schedule more sessions if needed?
Yes, of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
When I work with people, as Anna already expressed, I'm really concerned about the results that they get. That is most important to me, Right? It's not just, I just don't come on, do what I do and leave you high and dry. I like to make sure, as much as I possibly can, to make sure that you get results for when you work with me. Yeah.
So important.
Yeah.
I will tell you all that Virginia gives it her all, and those one-on-one sessions are, it's an incredible process, and so much is uncovered and happens during those sessions. So I highly recommend, if you're able to do that.
Thanks, Virginia.
Ari is saying, yes, inside, that it's mostly a sensation, not literal, and it's at the top of her head in the middle.
Itching.
Itchy, yeah, it's a sensation.
I'm just going to check in on her. I'm getting it's downloading.
Oh, interesting.
It's downloading. Yeah. It's energy. All right. It's coming down through the top, through the crown. Is this something that she has experienced before? Or is it something new? Because sometimes if we've never experienced it yet, then we don't know when something new comes through. And a lot of people at the moment are getting downloads. Just remember that. A lot of us are getting downloads. It's because of the energies in the universe that are coming. We're being bombarded with at this time. We're getting downloaded, and they can also make you feel very not at your best. Because think about it. We talked about the brain being this amazing organ, and then you've got all this energy coming down through your crown, and it's definitely affecting your physicality. So this is why a lot of people don't feel terribly well at the moment. But I think some put it under the guise, or put it under the wording ascension conditions, ascension situations in the body. So yeah, just be aware of that. So what I'm getting with her is that I can feel it actually. This is downloading for her. Right? Tune into that. Find out what it is for you. Use your intuition, like we spoke about before. Focus in on it and see. It's got to be a good thing. It's a good thing for her. All right. So you need to connect in with that energy coming down for you. I hope that helps.
Yeah. So I am getting some questions. I think there was a mistake with the advertising that went out. It said there were one-on-one sessions. I did not see the email. That was a mistake. It should not have said that. This is for group processes and questions, and just to connect and celebrate this package and what's happening with it. So I'm sorry about that, guys. We had a one-on-one session that was last week with Virginia. That was an hour of one-on-one. So we want to honor her time as well in doing this. So sorry about that mistake. So I think that is all the questions I'm seeing right now. So if you want to take us through our final group process, that would be.
I shall. Okay. So I'd just like everyone to connect back to the triple heart, please. This is going to be a very quick one, like the last one was. But because you're already connected to the triple heart, we ask that be reinstated. And in this package, we ask for a cleansing, healing, purifying, releasing, and balancing of all energies that are not supporting your central nervous system at this time. And it's stopping your central nervous system from being whole and healed in God's source light. We also ask for an unraveling of the nerves that are intertwined down through your entire spines, which may have been damaged or be malfunctioning and be causing an issue with your central nervous system. If there is any spinal damage, we ask that this be realigned, repaired, and recalibrated back to each and every person's perfect, healthy, spinal blueprint now. So let it be written, so let it be done. And so it is. Gosh. So let's give thanks, love, and so much gratitude for this process that each and every one of your own teams, as well as mine, have brought together in this time, in this space. And so it is. Oof. Thank you, Gretchen.
Thank you. Oh, I felt that.
There was a lot of damage. There was a lot of spinal issues that needed to be adjusted. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Where did you feel it, Gretchen?
I felt it like in my head, actually going down this side of my head, going down my
Okay.
back. So no, and it was like a pulsing.
Amazing. Thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure. Good stuff. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let us know how you guys are feeling. That would be great.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Dawn felt it in her hips, she said.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It's amazing where you can feel it. We don't realize the area, because the spine, the nerves go all the way through the body, as we all understand. Such an important part of who we are. Thanks, Gretchen.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dawn.
Okay. So one thing I want to say, so Ari said that she felt it on her right side, and she has lots of memory loss, and so she felt it there.
Oh, brilliant.
Thank you from Ellie, saying she felt it in her neck and a coolness in her back. Jamie says, I needed that. Thank you. Virginia is the best. Thank you. Good. So one thing I want to say, because I'm still seeing a lot of comments about not doing the one-on-ones today. So I just want to address this, guys, because, Virginia A has given a lot of her time and she's done a lot with us. So, and B, I just want to say, you guys know, like if you're asking for a brain scan and if you need your brain scanned and there's something already, you're already feeling something, like something might be off or something might be needed. So really tap into, I want to empower you to tap into your knowing of whether or not a package is right for you with this, and you can start, if you know that you need it and you can't go to the higher session, start with the small ones, start with the MP3s and work your way up as you need to. Virginia will help you get that done, and we will as well. So just really, I want you just to take the time to acknowledge that, and within yourself, that if you need a package to work with your brain or not. So yes, we made a mistake in our advertising, and I apologize for that. This was a really powerful call. A lot of powerful stuff happened here with these group processes. I encourage you to go back through it, listen to it again, and really work through those and take that focus off of, oh my gosh, they lied in their marketing. Guys, it's not about that. Like, we're all here to help you. We're all here to work with you. So just kind of tap into that knowing and yes, we made a mistake and I am sorry. And
Gretchen, even if we did do one-on-ones like we did the last time, there's
Right.
only so many people can access those
Yes.
one-on-ones, yeah?
Yes.
And so this way, by doing this way, we're covering every single
Everybody.
person. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So don't take away the energy from this beautiful process that happened today with all of us that we all got. So hang in there, tap into your energy, tap into your knowing, and you guys know if this is right for you. So just take that time. So I just had to share that. So, all right. So I want to give you the offer again. It's orderjoynow.com/Virginia19. And it does go away on Sunday. So if you guys are ready to jump in, now is the time to do that. You will get all these recordings as part of the package. And Virginia, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up today?
Gretchen, I'm really, really good, and I'm really thrilled, and I'm just so grateful to those people that have taken the steps to start to make things happen for themselves, because that's really what this is all about. If you feel that your brain needs some kind of healing, then just come on in, and as Gretchen already said, even if you just start with package A, all right, that's huge help alone. All of us have had issues as we come through life. None of us have been spared that, whether it be accidents or PTSD is huge, and there's a lot of trauma. Gretchen, I can say, like, out of 100 people, probably 97% would have trauma. 97% of those people will have had some kind of trauma in their lives, and they have anxiety or panic attacks or thereabouts. So, come on board, guys, because this is really important. And then of course, then there's the other issues too, like PTSD and Parkinson's and dementia and Alzheimer's, because those will show up, and when we don't even know that we've got them. All right, so think of this as an opportunity, as a window that's opening into your brain, where you can actually be able to help yourself. Maybe not for right now, but this will be the beginning of, as you go through the next 10, 20 years, all right, 30 years for yourself, for you. So yeah, it is really important, I think. I've helped a lot of people with this, with brain clearing and with Parkinson's, and with, I'm also working with a person that's got MS at the moment, and somebody with Lou Geigers. So this is not just clearing brains and defogging. This is much deeper.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. For sure. And that's, what's so important, like we talked at the beginning, is how much your brain, it just impacts everything. Like,
it does.
It's everything.
Somebody was just talking about this fine, how they could feel it in their hips with the nerves.
Yeah.
So and then there's other people that, I had a case where a lady had numbness in her fingers, and she'd had it for years, and then the fingers became no longer numb. All right. So yeah.
That's just, it's everything.
It's a no-brainer, as they say.
It's everything. So, yeah. So, all right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us. Virginia, thank you. I know it's been a really busy couple weeks for you, so I really appreciate you taking the time to do this with us today.
No worries, Christian.
Fabulous stuff.
And thank you to all those that are on the call and those that will be listening afterwards. I'm only one body, one person, and I can just do so much. But if you feel that you're called to come and work with me, then please, by all means, just remember, it is, in the long run, it's all about you and your clarity in your brain, and hence that becomes clarity in your body as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So important.
Thanks, Gretchen, and thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. See you soon. Have a great weekend.